Hi, Steve Bergen. This is video 2 of Explain Everything. I realized that in video 1, you never saw when I clicked on I for inspector, you never saw the 13 features that are here because of the style I was using then for screencasting. So this is where you could lock horizontal or lock vertical. You can lock the scale, and you can also set as background. So I want to show you that the way I created this slide that I'm using before I did Happy Pi Day, let me get rid of Inspector, was I took a screenshot of a help screen that's there and very, very useful in Explain Everything. So I'm going to go to the bottom right and I'm going to click the home button. I'm going to save my project, which I'll come back to. And I'll show you from the home screen. In the upper right, there is the I for inspector, but now that I leads to help in addition to video tutorials. Take advantage of this if you're a beginner and you're taking your time with this rated R, really challenging, rated X, extremely challenging piece of iPad app software. I'm going to click on help and I'm going to see very well done, extremely well done screens with yellow info sections telling you everything about it. So when I got to this screen, I took a screen snapshot, I brought it in, and then I set it to the background. Now what I'm going to try to do, and I'm on slide 2, I believe. All right, I've got slide 1 and 2. They look a little similar, but if I make Happy Pi Day smaller with my hands by pinching, you'll see that slide 1 looks like that, and it actually has some audio, and slide 2 is there. I'm going to now draw a circle. I'm going to make some mistakes, so I'm going to choose and need undo. Notice undo is the icon under the I. Your first few sessions of getting comfortable with Explain Everything means getting comfortable with the icons. So from the top left, I'm going to choose the 4th icon right below the pencil, and that's called the shape tool. It's going to draw a shape in the color that I've got down below. So if I choose red, which I just did by tapping on red, and then I choose shape tool, I should be able to tap and hold on the shape tool, get a circle, and now draw myself a circle on the screen. Aha! I don't want a red filled in circle. So the color that I chose is the color of the fill. No, we don't want that. So I'm going to choose undo, which is under the I on the left. I'm going to change it to white. So now you can see that white is highlighted. I'm going to go up to the 4th tool, which is the one under the pencil, the one called Shapes. I'm going to tap and hold on it, and I see that I have a border on the bottom. So I'm going to make the border a little bigger, and now I'm going to draw with that tool. And now I've got the border and the inside is white instead of red, and I'm okay with that. That's going to be the circumference that I want to demonstrate. Now I want a diameter that goes across the middle. So I need a line. This time I do want it to be red, so I'll tap the red color in the bottom. So you're choosing them like paint colors, and you can change them anytime you want. I'm going to tap and hold on the shape. I'm going to choose line. I'm going to tap shape again to make that box go away, but I'm in shape mode with red, so I should be able to tap and draw a red line, and it doesn't quite fit the circumference, so I'll leave it like that. I'll tap the top left icon, which means I want to move things around. And now I'll put the red. It's a little bit too big, but I can adjust any of the shapes by using 2 fingers. So I will move the circle over maybe because it's getting in my way. I will move the red a little closer, and I will probably make the circle a little smaller. That's easier. Now, do you remember from lesson 1 how you want to make your multiple objects group together? If they're overlapping a little bit, and these two are, I triple tap on the location of the intersection, tap, 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 and now the circle and the diameter stay together. They stay together as a unit. Now let's take a look at the left and see how many tools you're familiar with. Starting at the top, we have the toolbar. Why do you need the toolbar? Because you're going to move things around. You're going to be moving the hand tool, which is the first object in the toolbar. So the hand tool lets you move Happy Pi Day. It lets me move my circle, which has sort of been grouped with the diameter. The second tool below the hand tool is to make a new slide. So I will now choose the second tool, and I've got a new slide that's blank. I will write on it the first digit of pi, and I'll use the third tool, the pencil, to do so. I didn't want red. Whoops, I wanted green. So now I'll choose the undo tool, which is under the eye. I'll tap on green, and now I will go back and I will write 3 on this slide. When I tap on where it says slide 3 of 3, I see that I have 3 slides. If I tap on slide 3, I think it's a double tap. I'm having trouble. I'm supposed to be able to duplicate it. There we go. Tap and hold. I can duplicate it. 2x means duplicate. So now I have slide 4, which is the number 3. I'll get rid of this by tapping in the middle. And now I will continue writing 3.1. And I'm on slide 3. And if I tap on that, I've got myself a little confusion. So if I pick up the bottom one and I move it up, I can fix it in that order. Now I can go to slide 4. I can duplicate it by tapping on slide 4, double tapping on the 4th slide, tap, tap. Sorry about that, it's not double tapping, it's tapping and holding. And now I can press the 2x, and the 2x will allow me to duplicate it. So now this should be slide 5. I'll go to slide 5. And now I'll continue writing on this 5th slide. So I'm just trying to show you a bunch of different features and tricks at the starter level. Looking on the left-hand side, the toolbar, we know that we have the top one, which is letting you move things. Whoops, that's undo, right under the eye. I go back to the top, and the 3 moves by itself. The 4, 1, 5 move by themselves, and the 0.1 moves by itself because each was done during a different writing interval. And the only way I know how to do this, which is probably wrong, is if I get them real close, I can go tap, 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 and those things move. If I get them real close, I can go tap, tap, but that didn't work, tap, tap, tap. So they got to be pretty close. And there must be some trick, but I don't know that yet. Okay, we've got the pencil, we've got the shapes. We've got A for typing. We've got this feature, which is right below the A, and we'll talk about it in a different lesson, but it lets you bring in something, right, that you would like to be in your Explain Everything, which can include the web or picture or video or sound, and that's cool, but that will be a different lesson. We have the X, which is a delete object. So 415 right now is an object. I'll duplicate the slide, and after it's duplicated, I'll go to slide 6, and now I'll be able to show you that I can move 415 as an object and then tap the X, and that makes that object go away. Remember now, Explain Everything works with objects. 3.1 is one object. One object. In order to make part of it go away, I would have to tap, 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 separating it. So now I've got 2 objects, and now I can take this object, press X, and delete that object. Explain Everything works on objects. When you have an object, like the 3, the eye tool coming as the next one lets you inspect it, and you have 13 features here. Lots and lots of features. That's why people love Explain Everything, but that's why it's rated R or rated X. We've talked about the undo. The next one is a magnifying glass, which you don't really need to choose, I believe, because when you tap on it, I thought that tapping on it brings up a help screen, but it doesn't. It lets me magnify or demagnify with my fingers, but I could do that without it, so I don't know enough about that tool, sorry. The next one is presentation, which means that it makes the menu very, very small so that you can, in showing a presentation, you can go to next slide if you were using it in that fashion. And right below the 2 arrows gets you back to that mode. Okay, we've covered most of the things on the left, and it's been about 14 minutes. Hope I'm not wasting your time, hoping that this is helpful. Remember to take it slow and practice, practice, practice. All right, bye everybody. Steve Bergen signing off.